Welcome, everyone. It's great to see your smiling faces. Thank you all. Those of you with your videos on, we see you. Thank you for being here, even without your video on. Great to see pictures and names. And thank you all for using the chat and dropping in your location. We are here to welcome event hosts across the country. And thank you for your generous support in this Remake Learning Days Across America Festival. I'm Dory Taylor, producer for Remake Learning Days Across America, and we have Yuling Chang.
Hi, everyone. I'm the co-producer. Welcome. It's so nice to see all of you. It's very exciting. Remake Learning Days Across America is starting very soon.
As you saw on the first slide, April 22nd through May 23rd. Those are the Remake Learning Days Across America dates for 2021. And how did we get here? Just a brief history lesson. In 2007, the Remake Learning Network kicked off here in the Pittsburgh region. So that's southwestern Pennsylvania and West Virginia. With educators in the classroom, outside of the classroom, in businesses, just coming together informally to support learning and education. And from 2007, we got to 2016, and this question emerged: what if all of us, parents, caregivers, teachers, and community members, saw ourselves as children's learning allies? And so a festival was born. We took the notion of a learner and explored the idea that learners explore and play, learners question and examine. And where does all of this happen? In places where they live, work, and play, which includes schools, libraries, museums, parks, clubs, community centers, centers of faith, at home, online, and many more places. And that's why you all are here. You all are educators. You may be teachers in classrooms. You may be educators in after-school organizations. You might be educators within businesses. So you all make Remake Learning Days Across America possible by opening your doors for youth and families and helping learners learn in communities across the country and making learning joyful. So I'll quickly talk through the 7 big picture moments for Remake Learning Days Across America to engage and welcome all families, to create, showcase, and expose families to new ways children are learning, especially digital ways, to have families play together and learn together, to co-learn, and have families and kids become familiar and interested in these new ways of learning, and having this excitement build in the community. Then this will allow for more opportunities, we hope, for families and youth to have a better pathway to learning that's not, again, just in the school, but it's in the school building, it's in the center of faith, it's in the library, it's outside in the park, and hopefully parents and caregivers and youth together will ask for more of this in their community. So those are the big, broad picture goals for Remake Learning Days. And then if you get to the 3 main points, it's parents and caregivers learning alongside their children to experience hands-on learning opportunities, to become familiar with learning opportunities and spaces and organizations in their very own community and to help avoid summer learning loss, which is why we specifically hold the festival in the spring. We want to be able to show families that you all are wonderful organizations with learning opportunities, not just in the spring and April or May, but you have opportunities for youth in the summertime, and just have it build so that you're in touch with families all year long. So take a look at this map. Remake Learning Days 2021. We are in 17 regions across the country. And again, we first started in 2016 in Pittsburgh and in West Virginia. And you can see these beautiful and colorful logos for each of the 17 regions. So we thank you for being event hosts, for opening your doors, whether it's in person or virtual or some hybrid way. We appreciate you. We thank you for opening your doors. We're going to drop a poll into this that asks, what region are you a part of? And I have to warn you, I had to split up the regions. So let's see how this goes. I had to split up. You'll see on the first wave, we are Badgerland, Chattanooga, Chicago, DMV, East Kentucky, Greater Cincinnati, Kansas City, Knoxville, Northeast Ohio, and Oregon. And then I had to split it up because there's so many of us into San Diego, Triangle, West Virginia, PA, Central, Northwestern, Southeastern, or Southwestern. So please give an answer and we'll see how well this turns out.
So Dory, I think because you split the questions apart, people are being forced to answer both questions.
No. Okay.
So maybe pick the region that you represent, and then for the other question, pick the region you'd like to visit for Remake Learning Days.
Okay, that works for us.
We'll revise our poll here. Oh, there we go. Now I see all the votes coming in. All right.
All right.
Like 60% of people have responded. I'll give it just another minute. So for whichever question your region is in, tell us where you're from and tell us the region you'd like to visit.
Someone's off to Oregon.
I'm going to give it 10 more seconds. Hopefully sometime in the next year, we'll actually get to visit
Exactly.
other regions. All right, I'm going to count down from 5, then I'll end the poll. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here are the results. All right, people are either from DC, DMV area, or Chicago and want to visit that. That seems to be quite popular. I see Kansas City in there. San Diego, of course, we would love to see blue skies, warm weather. We have a great showing from all regions. This is awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Great. And we're going to get a little specific this evening and still try to be quick. But we want to give you an update on events and how to search events. We would definitely like you to share, as an event host, we'd like you to share with your audience a welcome from Remake Learning Days across America. We want to share with you social media guidelines and support, marketing and press materials, how to share your photos and videos with us, and tell you about the surveys that we have. Another beautiful image to tell you that we have nearly 800 virtual and in-person learning events for families across 17 plus regions. Again, events are hosted by you, by schools, libraries, museums, nonprofits, community centers, tech companies, and so much more. And you can see the themes as well. You all, as you submitted your events, were able to select arts, maker, outdoor learning, science, technology, or youth voice as one of your 6 main primary themes, and you could select secondary themes. We also have professional development for educators. And the website. Hopefully you all are very familiar with this space. This is where we got your wonderful events. So thank you.
So we just wanted to show a few things on the website. When people come, we have quite a robust digital campaign running right now, not just in your regions, but also across the United States. Since more than 70% of events are virtual, we're encouraging people from everywhere to tune in to your events. So on this page here, you can quickly click on participating regions and people can find their region. You can also quickly click on find events, explore events, and it will take you to the map of events here. And when you're in the map of events, just to give you a sense of what families go through, they can enter in their zip code here and choose how far they're willing to travel, and it can resort the events there. If they kind of know the name of their event that they're looking for, they can type in the name here. So like I just was reading one this morning about STEM Fest, so you could type that in and do a search there. If families are looking for a specific date, they can also come in and say like, you know, I'm only free on April 24th and 25th, so let me see what kind of events are available. And off to the side here, you can see that there's an advanced search. And again, families could say like, I'm interested in arts, and it'll resort the events. You could say I'm looking for a specific region. So in here, I'm gonna go to, we'll go to East Kentucky, and it'll resort the events again. And so now I can see the arts events that are related to East Kentucky. So every filter that you add on will layer into what events appear on the website. So we just wanted to give you a sense of that. Also, while I'm here on the website, I just wanted to share that we have a blog room here, and each region is posting blogs about the festival. So we're sharing them out on social media, but you're welcome to come and grab these links and share them too with your network. So let me just head back here. Okay. So we wanted to give you a sense of the welcome slides. So we appreciate you hosting events. And as I shared, more than 70% of events are virtual. In the past, when we were only in person, we would actually send a welcome poster to every single event host and ask if you could share it and put it up on the door as a welcome message. So what I wanted to share with you is a slide presentation that we put together. And so in this folder here called event hosts, and we will send you this link, so do not worry about finding this link. We've put together different materials that you might need, but then there's also folders for each region, and each region has added more materials that are specific to their region. And I'll go through all of this tonight. So the welcome slides that I was just referring to, we've put together as something that you can easily use to welcome everyone at the beginning and explain that you're part of Remake Learning Days. You probably recognize that slide. And what would help us is if you could also acknowledge our national sponsors and our national partners who have generously funded this festival across the 17 regions, as well as help promote it. We also have a short survey that we want to ask our attendees to fill out, and Dory will go more in depth about that later. And then this is the last slide, which is we just want to remind people to post on social media. We're tracking all of your hashtags for each region, as well as the general hashtag Remake Days. And so these are 5 general slides that we would love if you could use and share. If you are in Southwestern PA, we have an additional slide here because we have a robust support system here for the festival in this region. And in case if you want to add something of your own, we've created a template slide, which also will allow you to add any information that you need. So this is available for all event hosts. And then what I'll do is I'll kind of just click through this next slide, but without presenting, putting it in present mode. Social media. Again, in that same folder that we were talking about here in the general materials, you can find some social media materials. And this is the quick guide that we've put together, and it gives you a sense of the story of Remake Learning Days, what are all the hashtags for our national partners, and what are all the hashtags and tags for the regional lead organizations that are hosting. So this is hopefully a helpful resource for you. And if you need help with sizing, we've also put sizing information in here, thanks to our partners at the Motherhood. In addition, we have also put in each person's folder. So I'll just go to Chattanooga. Chattanooga also has, and every region has a specific guideline built for that region. And so it's easy for you to share with whoever on your team may be doing social media. It gives example Twitter posts that you can use, areas where you can customize it. We've built in the links, so hopefully it's easy to copy and paste. We've also created posts for Facebook and Instagram. So here are tags, but again, all the materials can be found in that same folder. We've also provided marketing and press materials for you. So I know a lot of our event hosts will put out media advisories, and so we've tried to make it as easy as possible. So again, in the general materials folder for PR, we have put our press release in here so you can see what we sent out for our national team, and any press that we've received, we've been updating it on our website. So this gives you a sense of what we've sent to everyone. But then back in the PR folder, we've also put templates in there for media advisory and media follow-up. So the advisory would be right before your event to send out. It's basically the who, what, when, and where of your event. And the media follow-up is also something that we suggest, that where you can send it out and say, hey, we had this many people come to our event, everybody made this, and here's a photo. And sometimes you'll get a quick little shout out or a post about it from the press. Also in each region's folders, if they've produced their press release and released it, it's also added in their folders. So we also wanted to share that here, we hope you will capture photos of the festivals and the events that you're hosting and post them using the hashtag, or please feel free to email them to us at RLDAA@remakelearning.org, and we'll post it for you and share it in hashtag the correct region's hashtag, as well as tag your handle if you tell us about your event and who you are. So the other thing I just wanted to share, going back to this folder, is each region has also built some of their own marketing materials. So I clicked on Badgerland here, and you can see that they've created a flyer here that you can easily download and share with your network. You can see their press release here, and they do have a PSA video. So every region is updating their folder. So keep visiting this folder because it'll keep growing. We'll add more information. And if you're looking for something specific and can't find it, please feel free to reach out to your regional lead, or you can always reach out to Dory or myself, and we're happy to help. Great. So I'm actually going to turn it back to Dory.
Thank you, Yuling. We have important data capturing that we would love your help with. One is actually a survey for you as an event host. We want to know how this experience has been for you, how this experience is, how we can improve for future years. So the event host survey, we ask that you submit one for each event that you host, because it does have specific questions about how many families or how many youth attended your event. I would say the majority of event hosts are only hosting one event, but for those of us who have multiple events, we would appreciate it if you complete the survey for each event. For me, sometimes that looks like I do one survey, I keep track of all the answers in my own Google Doc, and then I go back and after the next event, I fill in some of the same answers that are general questions about being an event host. But when it comes to the specific event, I can say, okay, this one had, 20 adults and 20 children. So that's for the event host survey. For the attendees, we have an electronic survey where we incorporate typed out answers, and we have audio recording as an option. So we thought this would be fun for caregivers to do, and caregivers to do with their kids if they want to grab their kids and have a up to 4-minute answer for us. So here's an example, or this is the actual an actual look at the survey for attendees. And you'll see that we really would love to get a sense of the age range, and as much detail as we can get. Some questions, of course, are optional. So the more information, the better. And as an event host, we'll share this. We can share this all back to you. So that's another takeaway, that you will get responses from any of the attendees who complete the survey. And that can help you become a better event host in the future as well. So we tried to be quick and respectful of everyone's time. It is 7:26, and Yuling and I are really proud to be the producers for this festival, but we work with amazing regional leaders. So we can't thank them enough. And I know that almost every regional leader is on this call. So we thank you, and because of them, we're able to communicate with you, wonderful event hosts. So thanks for all that you're doing. And we have 4 weeks of almost 800 events for families. So we just want to, recognize that we're all coming into a hopeful spring, and we are just excited to hear and see all of the buzz that we can generate with Remake Learning Days across America. And, this should be a treat for families to learn with their children, and for educators to learn some fun skills this April 22nd through May 23rd, thanks to you all as hosts.
So I want to add to Dory's thanks. We're really excited, especially given the year that we've had, the pandemic year, right? So having 800 events is incredible. Thanks to all of you. I do see there are a couple questions in the chat box, so I'm just going to throw them out and try to answer them really quickly. So yes, this presentation is available. It's actually available in that Google Drive, and we will be sending out an email to all event hosts. So whether you're on this call or not, we will send an email out with all the pertinent links that you might need. As far as the survey for virtual events, hopefully you're able to capture attendance based on people coming into the virtual event. Where we're a little bit less sure of how we're going to capture attendances with on-demand videos, and that'll probably be based on views, which we know won't necessarily represent the number of people. So we just say do the best that you can. And it just helps us report back to our funders and share the impact of the festival. So you can see this year we kind of revised the survey a little bit to be less data driven beyond the demographic questions. And that's why we added the recording aspect of just trying to hear from families directly as to what they experienced. And I'm just looking through really quickly to make sure I don't see any other questions, but if someone else has a question, please feel free to raise hand or drop it in the chat box. Great. Well, hopefully wherever you are, it is still sunny out and a little blue sky for you. So we would like to thank you for joining us tonight. We are here to support you. We are going to be visiting all the regions and checking out your events. We're trying to hit as many of them as we can. So we can't wait to engage in joyful learning with you. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.